All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. The first mythbuster that I want to talk about, and live chat, let me know what your thoughts are as well. People say, "Oh, but Jorginho can't play a lone DM. He's gonna get found out. He doesn't have the athleticism." But I'm pretty certain under Thomas Tuchel, he's still at times with the ball when we're building up. He's the deepest midfielder. And without the ball as well, when we're pressing and counter-pressing, he's still one of the deepest. At times he does drive forward and then Kante sort of tucks in. I mean, talk through with and without the ball, Jorginho's sort of involvement under Thomas Tuchel that's allowing him not to be exposed. Because people still think, oh, someone like Declan Rice will come in and make sure that we never ever get beaten in a counter-attack. But under Thomas Tuchel, it's not like Jorginho has been absolutely been exposed as opposed to what he used to be under Frank Lampard.
I love that you bring that up because think about this like back four now, right? I think that Tuchel is kind of protecting Jorginho the way Sarri protected him at Napoli.
Yeah.
And I want you to think about a certain shape. Pretend this is a 4-3-3, even though we are using our back three, right? 4-3-3 with Jorginho as the CDM, Kante and Mount as the center midfielders, right?
Yes.
So what the shape that we would have unfold here is that think about Chilwell, Rudiger, and Christensen making a V.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
And then I want a diagonal V, right? Are you seeing my mouse also when I share my screen?
Yeah, I'm seeing your mouse. I can see the shape you're trying to make there.
And then think about our next V, our next diagonal V going straight up top, right?
Right.
If you can
Mount,
see here,
Jorginho and Kante. Mount, Jorginho and Kante.
Then you could have Aspi here. So if you look at it from a plan view, a straight view, you would think, okay, you have back three, then you have 3-1-3. 3-3-1-3. What am I talking about? Yeah, 3-3-1-3. Good. So, but if you look at it from my way, is 2 diagonal V's, right?
Yeah.
What that does is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players surrounding Jorginho. So
wow, this is brilliant, bro.
When on the ball, it would be very difficult to get any players to press him, mark him, and he would have time to play those passes between the lines, or even to Werner, Kai, or our wing back.
So basically, just to interject there, sorry, Ryan, because I'm going to try and sort of get my thoughts as well while you're talking. Just to say, it seems like a conscious decision from Thomas Tuchel to surround Jorginho with those 5 players, Mount, Chilwell, Rudy, AC, Aspi, Kante, to ensure that he is protected with and without the ball.
Yeah, and I think that's why sometimes we can be a little bit vulnerable when Alonso plays, because Chilwell has the ability to start from here. He can get up and down. He has the legs for it, right? But when Alonso plays now, his starting position is quite high. And then Mount would drop a little bit, and then we'd have a situation where Jorginho is kind of exposed to get pressed. And then you can lose the ball. Now Rudiger is wide, because if Chilwell leaves, then Rudiger will have to get wider to keep that width. And then we'd be exposed through this part of the pitch. That's why it's so important to have a player like Chilwell who can do that extra, who can get up and down the pitch when needed.
Brilliant, bro.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Sarri did in Napoli. He would have these players around him. He would have Hamsik and Alan surrounding Jorginho, so Jorginho would have that free reign. And then Alan and Hamsik would be the connectors of play. They would had the ability to roam and connect play and make sure the attackers got the balls they needed to get. Yeah.
No, that's brilliant, man. I want to read out this particular comment from Marcus Rashford. Jorginho is the heartbeat of the team. The others are the organs that needs oxygen pumping continues. That is such a brilliant comment from you, Marcus, man. This is exactly what Ryan is demonstrating to us, how we have been playing when Jorginho is playing under Thomas Tuchel. Literally, he's the center. He's the absolute epicenter of everything that is circulating around the team. And the reason why he's not getting exposed as much as he used to under Frank Lampard is, as you can see, the V shapes that are forming behind him and in front of him, as Ryan has developed here. is helping him out a lot. So it is so systematic. Like all of these things, people, they go, oh, there's not that much, football is not that much tactical. You can be very tactical, but, at the end of the day, just go out there and do your job, just do your role. No, this clearly shows exactly how to protect Jorginho and ensure that we can build up quite nicely. Just the whole. Let's talk about the build up now, Ryan, because we've talked about the pressing, counter pressing stuff and why he doesn't get exposed. But talk through the Chelsea's build up under Thomas Tuchel, whether it be from the right side or the left side, with this particular set of players and the initial formations that we have.
Well, if I talk about the build up, before I change this whole setup here, I want you to think about one thing. When we decide to switch the play, you can see why we want a right wing back who's very pacey and could get up and down the pitch as opposed to Reece James. And because that guy is going to act as a winger at the end of the day, and Reece James does.
Ryan, you there?
Sets up like this, we need that right wing back to fall in.
We just missed you, Ryan, a little bit in the middle. Do you want to start that again?
Yeah, I said that. Are you seeing the field?
Yep.
Okay, nice. What I'm saying is that before I change this field setup, I just wanted you to realize where Reece James is and his position for the switch of play. The reason why Tuchel would want a Hakimi or Adama Traore or a quick wing back who has that winger instinct is that there's going to be many times that Kai would drop or Werner would drop, and there would be a quite empty space here allowing for that switch of play. And we need a wing back who could get into these positions here to facilitate that switch of play, especially when we have Kante roaming and this and that. And I think that's why he won't want Reece James as a permanent right wing back, and he would more want him as an overlapping right centre back.
Yeah.
But to answer your question on the build up with Jorginho, with this formation here, is that we use let me get back those V's. Nice. We use a left hand side overload or right hand side, depends on where you want to build play from.
Yeah.
His role here, I think that we are lucky enough that we are not too dependent on Jorginho in our build-up, as opposed to different Tuchel teams where he was very dependent on a Verratti to get those balls in between the lines, or on a Weigl. We're lucky that Chilwell and Mount really helps out in the build-up play. That we don't leave Jorginho exposed to get pressed and marked like in that way. But if you see that we create a sort of diamond here, and I like to call this a rotational space, right? The space between here, a rotational space. All a rotational space is a space that allows movement between the lines so that players can get in behind. So from here, you'd see simple movements like Werner would drop into the rotational space, Mount would get in behind, or Chilwell could get in behind. And this is where I think that I feel that Jorginho could improve. He's brilliant. I think he's one of the best in his position, but many times we don't see those passes or making use of behind
Werner sort of passes. Yeah.
Because if Werner drop, all Jorginho will do is pass to Rudiger, who would then get to Chilwell, who would then get into Mount. But I think that Jorginho has the ability from this position to be more, he's very smart. He can switch that play, but I think he could be more influential at getting those balls in behind. But that's just an example how to use this rotational space. And next one could be that even Kai could drop into the rotational space and Werner could get behind. What we'd need is, from this position, we'd see Rudiger would send those long balls to Werner, and then we would see Kante get up, and then, the rest would unfold. And this is how we build play here using this system. We use that rotational circle, and we use that overload on the side with the ability to switch play if needed.
Yeah.